Hello, brave soul. So I've got a masculine energy here. He showed up as four energies. In reverse though. So he showed up as projections that he wants you to see him as. Now, this doesn't mean it has to be bad or negative. We're going to see where this goes, but the first energy was the King of Wands in reversed, which is not a masculine energy you really want to be around, because they will play, manipulate, and coerce you with a very cunning and charming manner, or they'll cut you deep with their charismatic control, their creative mind. So as the male energies kept rolling out, now you could be a male, and this could be a feminine energy coming at you heavy. Like she could be using her masculine energy to come at you like, a pick me or something. I don't know what these terms are, but that's also possible. Now, Same Shit Different Day came out with this child orphan. So it's, when I asked who were they showed up as a child orphan. So they feel very left out. They feel like they want to express a lot of emotions. They have a lot to say. Now, what do they have to say? We're going to find out. This creeping card here with networker is also present. And it's almost like they want to get a message to you, and they want to get it to you in the way that will fit. So however you're showing up to them, they are finding it challenging to get into your energy. So they are looking for a new approach, and they are certainly looking for an emotional reaction from you, but I don't know if it's negative or positive. I don't know why. I just know that's what's going on. There's an emotional, I need to get her in her emotions. I need to get them in their emotions. So I got the background there. Okay, moving on. 8 of Cups, that did come out also in the pre-shuffle. So you've walked away from something. You've put an end to something. You said no more, no thank you. I'm stepping into my power. I'm moving on. And there you are, Queen of Wands, which is very synergetic to the King of Wands in reverse. So you used your magnetic self. So how do I want to say that? You walked away and you focused on your own self, your confidence. So you walked away confidently. So you're confidently away from this person. Okay, and that's magnetizing them towards you. Okay, so there's a magnetism happening here where you're drawing them to you by walking away. So because you've walked away, law of attraction, I guess. They can tell, okay, so with the networker as well, they really want to be in your energy. They can see a profit or benefit because they're entrepreneurial. They want to benefit from being in your energy. Let's calm it down. I started a little excited. I need to calm it down a little bit. Pull it down. We were getting too amped. Now we're in this 9 of Swords energy. This creates a lot of anxiety for you, a lot of stress. You can't focus. Why is that? Okay, Death card. But Death card with the 8 of Cups. This is certainly something that you didn't want to end. You are devastated that it ended. You didn't anticipate this necessarily. So there must be something, because with the Same Shit Different Day. Same shit is different day. Child orphan, you left me out. Chariot. Yeah, you're so going. You're out. You're like, dude, whoever you are, dudist, female dude, you're out of here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you're moving on straight ahead. But there's so much conflict about this. Okay, the ego. Something about the ego. High Priestess. You know something. There's secrets here. Okay, there's an imbalance. There's secrets and an imbalance here. Creeping. Secrets, imbalance. What are the secrets about? That's what I want to know. Because it does. It kind of has this energy. Conflict of interest. Okay. Nazi. That's interesting. They might have... So... I'm telling you, so when I first got in this energy, they were just pushing through and it was so annoying. I was like, calm down, calm down, calm down. And then we got calm and then they were like, I'm left out. I'm not a part. I'm not here. Why? But as I get into your energy, you're like peacefully dealing with it. You're adulting. It's frustrating and annoying, but you're doing it. You're very frustrated with how this is affecting your life. You do not appreciate the intrusion. And you see how I'm like not getting things done right? Okay, I want to know about these secrets. The secrets, there's something here that we need to unravel. I feel like you need some confirmation and validation towards some secrets here. Okay, we're starting off heavy. Gluttony. So, Beelzebub. So the energy of gluttony, the spirit of gluttony is here. So somebody has an overindulgence problem. President. Somebody may have an ego problem. Like I said, there was something about egos. Like, I'm the leader of this. This is not a democracy. It's all about me. Sodom and Gomorrah, which is all about immorality. So they have an indulgence to immorality. They want to be very entangled with whatever. Because this world has so much now that you can, pretty much TV shows are PORN now. It's just ridiculous. That's, to some people, that's normal. And I don't feel that is what, let's look. Until you are able to see the universe outside of your particular lens, you'll suffer. The universe doesn't care for morality. Not true. Whitney Houston. Good person equals good reality is not true. Whitney Houston. Wow. Guys, we just turned the page. This is like huge, okay? Because, wow. So, there are two energies here. One is a connection you have with someone that you are passionate with, a match for you. And you've walked away from them. And the issue here is their version of reality doesn't match with your version of reality. Although there is no good or bad, you're not good and they're not bad, there is not a match here. Because one of you, the individual, the masculine that's chasing, the one that's coming after the other, that feels left out, it feels like they're king of the throne and they can have the world as their oyster. And they're very okay with indulging. They're very okay with the gluttonous part of life where they can have whatever they want at any time and any way that they can have it. And you're more of the type that's walking away from Sodom and Gomorrah or the Whitney Houston, which is more angelic. You know, even though she was indulging, right? She was part of the gluttonous. She chose to engage in some of the dark arts, I want to say. She still had her focus on the Creator, on God, on singing, on being love and light. And I really don't think there's a right or wrong here. I think that we're tapping into something where you may be coming to an understanding that part of what's been hidden from you is the reason you were guided away from this person, the reason you are moving on from this conflict, and it seems so hard to figure out. At least one reason that we've uncovered so far is at this point, because it could change. We're constantly jumping timelines, 11/11. Just at this point where you're healing, where you're walking away, where you're building your confidence and you're magnetic and creative and you're in a good place, it's in your best interest to allow this person to indulge. And that's what they want to do. That's their choice. And like this card says, until you're able to see the universe outside of your particular lens, you'll suffer because the universe doesn't care for morality. And that's like a really hard pill to swallow. Africa. It's like, this is just poetic, but you know how Africa is sort of, it's been, you know, raped and taken, and greed and everything just kind of decided what it was going to be. There's something about, how do I put this? These are two very unusual concepts. Like I see the conflict of interest. Somebody's mental health is imbalanced here. So, okay, I get it. The reason this struggling energy is here from this Queen of Wands, whoever you are, the person that I'm talking to, your energy is dealing with a developed people-pleasing or serving mentality where you think you need to be of service to others because you think that that's goodness, that's good of your heart. When you serve, you feel good, you feel aligned, you feel happy. But something about that was instilled in you in childhood. That's your nurture, not your nature. Your nature is to be self-serving. Everyone's nature is to be self-serving. And the reason that is because we got to put on our oxygen mask before we put on others. So it's not really being selfish. It's just saying, I can't drown to save you. I have to save myself so I can go get help for you. So you have a bit of a entanglement with a person that is coming towards you, but there's a total disagreement in how you guys want to interact with each other. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. That is the nature of living creatures. Gluttony. So somebody, okay, I see it. Somebody here is self-serving, very much so aligned with their self-serving nature. And the other is very aligned with serving others, you. And because you don't obey yourself, you're basically commanded to have some sort of superior outside of you. There's some sort of authority figure outside of you that you are in command of. They're puppeting you because you thought that you need to be in service. This is like what religion does to the brain. You know what I mean? It makes you think crazy stuff. The cave. False apostles masquerading as apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. It is not surprising then if his servants masquerade as servants of righteousness. So there is, this is a mystery, okay? This is your brain, because the world has, not the world, culture and pharma, we have all these GMOs and all these negative toxic things that we do to our bodies. Our brains can't function properly, and common sense is lacking, and also hormone imbalance is heavily prevalent in society right now. So your ability to discern what's happening to you is at a low, because your energy is low, which is all you are, energy, frequency, and vibration. Your energy isn't being fed. There's no spiritual food. There's something about the way that you're consuming. So with Beelzebub here, I think that the solution to your problem, at least one, because we're 15 minutes in, one solution to your problem is your diet. And that is a hard thing to tackle when we're bombarded with being overly busy and hyper efficient, or in a stressful state of mind. This Nine of Swords energy, this conflict energy, dealing with walking away. But these energies are powerful. Very, 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 very powerful. It's telling me that you are confident in your decision. You may not like it. You may not emotionally be very satisfied with it, but you are intelligent enough, the logic is there, that this was the right move, and it just hurts. And you're beating yourself up. You're in your mental brain. You're in your brain. And you're just you're trying to do the right thing, and there is not a right thing. It's not about right and wrong. It's about serving yourself. Literally, it's about rewiring your brain to serve you, to be of service to self, without believing that that's selfish. And in that process that you're going through, because you're clearly heading in that direction, you have a rebirth. You transmute that energy, and then you're able to start this new endeavor, this new beginning. But it's an emotional maturity that you develop, where you can handle your emotions better. You can understand your emotions better. You can release the trauma. You can release how this has been weighing you down, and feel more confident about the decision every day, not just some days. Not just on Monday, you feel confident even on Friday, and you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, and you don't stop. So this conflict and the secrets, I want to dig a little bit more into that. We also are missing a card here, so let's. The Holy Spirit. You're a very spiritual person, meaning you believe in the divine. You believe that if you surrender your heart to God, however you worship, it doesn't matter. I don't have a frame around that word. That's everything. So however you worship, you have a pure, true, and honest belief that if you follow your heart and do good and do what you feel is right, that things will work out. So you're deeply confident in the divine. but the confident in self is lacking. You are looking for someone outside of you, and have found someone outside of you that you're willing to trust with their authority and their leadership. You believe in them. You trust them. You openly give them the reins on your life. It doesn't mean you just let them push you over always and forever, but it does show that you think that their leadership is, I don't want to say better than yours, stronger. Yeah, you think their leadership is stronger than yours. But it's interesting that they're running to you. So I want to dig a little bit more, because I feel like with the way the energy is playing out, I see you walking away and finding this confidence, but I see the other energy chasing you because theirs is more of a front, because they're an orphan child. You know, they're a child that's an orphan, and an orphan child learns a lot of tricks. They learn to manipulate, deceive, coerce, charm. They make jokes out of traumatic events. They tell stories. They lie. And a lot of this is developed just to survive. So I'm almost seeing them, I don't know if they're healing. I almost feel like they might be healing, but let's see. Okay, tell me more about this person. Stubborn, I'll tell you that. They want both of these. The rapture happens when you're ready. So again, you have a lot of religious energy coming out, but again, this is all metaphoric and spiritual. This is a philosophical art class, basically. We don't get too caught up in the frame of anything. We're just floating in outer space here. But the rapture happens when you're ready. So basically, when you're ready to be, when it's ready to be revealed to you, you open to it, you surrender to the divine, enlightenment happens. And it's like, oh my gosh, the whole time it was me holding me back. So this person actually could be coming to awareness, it does not mean that they are fully ready for you, but it does mean that they could be coming to awareness of the bigger picture, and maybe wanting to not be so flesh, because first we start off in hell, and then we ascend to heaven in a way, in our awakening. So this person's like, hell's kind of shizzy. I don't know if I want to be here. I don't know if I enjoy. I've indulged quite a bit in hell. I think I'm ready for something different. Ooh, the Woman King. Men provide and protect. Women amplify and provide. I'm just dying right now. Okay, the Woman King. Come on, Queen of Wands. The Woman King. If you've not seen that movie, so listen. There's a feminine energy here, and if you're a male feminine, take it. It is what it is. The Queen of Wands here is stepping into her mother trucking power. And she's saying, I am a warrior of the light. I don't move unless I say and it makes sense and it's right for me. I don't step into any room that doesn't benefit me. Not because I'm greedy and selfish, but because why would I waste my time doing anything else when I've given so much of myself? So you've decided that you are, what is it called? Taking names. I just see you taking a samurai sword, just chopping off head. This is Kali energy. This is like Kali knows her love from millennia, from lifetimes, that she'll just cut through everybody until her masculine comes and makes her submit. But it's not by force. It's by him surrendering to her. Okay? So I see this feminine energies powerhouse, okay? Because men provide and protect, women amplify and provide. Anything you give a woman, she makes better. Anything you give her your sperm, she turns it into a baby. You give her a house, she turns it into a home. You give her anything, give her a piece of meat, she gonna make you some stew, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the concept of masculine and feminine energy here. And I love how we started off and we're just like, it's gonna be poetry. It's not gonna stop, and I love it. So I want you to be confident in yourself. That is your golden ticket right now. Your golden ticket is confidence, and how do I want to say that? Like, just don't stop. It doesn't mean have so much tunnel vision that you are unavailable or unopen, unwilling, right? We don't want to close our heart. We want to open our heart to passionate, loving things. I need to drink some tea. This is so much. It's very beautiful energy. Like, I really love your energy. I really love it. It's very beautiful. Alicia Keys. That was coming in earlier. You know, something beautiful about her. This could relate. I was listening to that song today, Blended Family, where she was talking to the children of, I think, her spouse, and how she's not their mother, and then she developed this beautiful relationship with their mother, and they're all family. She walked into her feminine energy like she should. And her masculine adores her for that. Do I know this for sure? No. But that's how they paint the picture, and that's where I'm going with. But there's certain women in Hollywood. Okay, this is so powerful. This is so powerful today. So, again, this is abstract, philosophical art class. Play with me in my mind here. I'm just gonna use characters we all know. So, you know, Beyonce. I almost feel like she tries too hard. It doesn't mean there's not any good that she does, because she does. There's good things she does. But sometimes she just steals the spotlight. I feel like there are so many wonderfully talented women in Creativeville that could do things that don't get the role because she demands it. She comes in and forces her energy in. So a lot of times, if you're wanting to present yourself as a feminine energy, in my opinion, there is a need to not need to be so masculine. Usually that's a compensation for something like competitiveness, where she's competing with other women because she feels maybe low self-esteem. Or, and again, these are all speculative. I'm not judging. But there's maybe a lack of trust in her partner, to where the way he makes her feel is where she has to try harder and be the best and compete to be number one. Well, what about this other character that's popped up here, Alicia Keys? She just stepped in with baked cookies and said, let's all be a family, you know? And I think there's an approach here that we're trying to understand with two different energies. Whoever's the masculine and whoever's the feminine here, there's a need to understand each other and roles and how this can work together for harmony. Because peace, that's what we want in our hearts, men and women. We want to have peace. It doesn't matter what your gender is. Same sex, one of you could be masculine, one of you could be feminine, not sure. But to the energies here, that's what we're picking up on. on a need to, whoever's the feminine, fall into it, surrender to it, because your masculine will surrender to you. That's how that works. And it's by stepping into your beautiful power. It doesn't mean being insecure, being self-conscious or worried or anxious or depressed. It's about stepping into authority and owning it, owning yourself. You're beautiful. Just so you know, in case you didn't know. Someone didn't tell you today. I don't know why liars lie. The truth doesn't need motivation. Systematic. Sometimes this has been a ploy. And because we live in a cult culture, it's often external influences that don't keep a relationship strong. So when you go into a partnership with someone, it should be all about keeping the family, the unit, whatever it is, you and your partner and a dog, okay? Keeping everyone protected and safe with trust, honesty, respect, validation, understanding. You know, there's so much about having peace in the home here that's very, very necessary. The truth doesn't need motivation. So I almost feel like there is love here. I feel like there's love here, but somebody is the masculine energy feels unfulfilled. So he lies to keep the love around, so he can indulge in his external things, which is why you've walked away, rightfully so. And I feel like he's coming around. If you're open, you don't have to be. It seems like he's coming around to understanding, and maybe even you, that there's been a systematic design here where outside, like I said, culture has got in between you guys, and maybe you're learning what that looks like. I love this reading so much. Let's get some color. Black and white to color. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. Dopamine. Because social media, I'm telling you, social media needs to... I almost feel like when social media came about, because I certainly grew up when that was begun, I guess. So I remember people getting into social media, like, you know, it was just like an extra thing. I got into it late, I feel like, compared to my social group, my peers. And anyways, I think it's taken over a lot of people's souls. And a lot of people have fake versions of themselves online where it's just warped our understanding of what it means to be human. And I just see people going online and projecting what they want to be, and then when you meet them in person, for example, or when you deal with them in person, they're totally different. They have flaws, they've got something going on, they don't look like that, they filters. It's just like, why is it so much different? What is the need for all of this? There's a bit of that energy here where I think your partnership got caught up in it. Mathematics, do the math. What does the math tell you? Everything's pattern recognition. Think back to the beginning to now. What is the pattern? Symptoms of hypervigilance. Racing heartbeat, fast and shallow breathing, sweating, fatigue, exhaustion. Emotional symptoms: fear, panic, severe anxiety, persistent worrying, fear of the judgment, judges others unfairly, emotional withdrawal, mood swings, emotional outbursts, behavior, feeling jumpy, knee-jerk reactions, overreacting to loud noises, overreacting to others, and paranoia. That's what this anxiety card is about. It's saying that you're experiencing symptoms of hypervigilance, where you are a very sensitive soul. You're on YouTube watching a tarot video. You're in tune to spirituality. You relate to the Holy Spirit and spiritual awakening. You're highly sensitive. And you're on this journey evolving, and things are becoming multidimensional. And as you're experiencing all these new layers, this anxiety, this stress, this paranoia, when we're not balanced, that's why diet came up in the beginning. When we're not balanced, it can wreak havoc on our brain and create mental illness, create brain fog, create hallucinations, where because we aren't in control. So like before, where you decided that someone outside of you should lead, you believe they were a stronger leader. This made you fall into mental, what is it called? It's like the inability to cope. You can't face life. You can't deal with all that's coming at you because it's just like a lot. It's so overwhelming. I'm seeing like what we call like autistic, or you're just dealing with a lot, and your diet is going to help you so much regulate all this mess. Oh! J. Cole with the 12th house. How does that relate? Polarity. See, in the 12th house, which if you don't know, where was the card here? If you don't know your 12th house, where'd that card go? Am I blind? Okay, so the 12th house is all about being paranoid, prison. So you could be in a mental prison. I don't know what the card is. I'm just gonna accept. I'm sure you saw it on camera. See, I'm triggered because anxiety, like where'd the card go? So 12th house. So karma. This is self-undoing. I'm going to read it. We've got what's hidden, okay? Your 12th house is all about what's hidden. With the secrets here, not only are you finding out the secrets between you and this person, you're also finding out the secrets within your psyche, which is why you're a brave soul. And that's why you're here. It's because you're understanding that there is no good or bad. There is no right or wrong. It's just, it is. I am. That's, that's all it is. So this could be dreams. So you could be understanding or having nightmares. Either understanding your dreams, maybe having nightmares. It represents sorrow, secrets, the shadows, unseen enemies, which could also be yourself. Mental health, the dark side, illusions, isolation, fear, denial, suicide, exile, murder, psychiatric hospitals, prisons, spiritual studies, and it's ruled by Pisces and Neptune. With that said, and we're in Pisces season when I'm recording this, time is an illusion, so it just could be affecting you in that realm. Whenever you're watching this, it's a perfect expression. Where did this card go? Does anybody know? So that's what you're going through. You're navigating your 12th house, NF mansion. You're in this, trapped inside your mind, battling monsters, ghosts, demons, bad guys, versions of yourself. There's a lot going on here. And getting through this is, the only way is one step at a time. You take one step today, and if you fall, that's fine. You start again tomorrow. You give yourself grace. Just like you give external people grace, you give yourself grace. You don't gotta be perfect. Someone made you believe that with this histrionic personality disorder. I'm not saying you have it, but if you want to look up the symptoms, see if that relates in any way. Histrionic, it's where you could be struggling to maneuver society in a balanced way. And this situation and all the situations, because it's a plethora mirror of, things. Ooh. You're in a house of mirrors. Michelangelo. I want this one. Thyroid. We're going to put that one there because so it doesn't bother me. Thyroid. Another medical thing, because I'm not a doctor. Quantum physics. Mechanics theory. What? The study of matter and energy at the most fundamental level, including how particles interact and behave. The foundation for emerging technologies, quantum computing, cryptographed, and sensors, entanglement, suspension, and tunneling. We are in a new time, okay? And it's beautiful. I don't want you to think, we need animals. Animals are the best. So I want you to know that whatever you're going through, you're going to make it out. Because the 12th house is just like the 12th hour of the clock. There's 11 more hours. You're not going to be here forever. It feels like it though. And you'll come back. Sometimes you'll come back. But once you get through this, you don't have to do it no more. You're just getting through something. You're just moving through right now. You're finding your vibrancy. You're finding your light. You're in the darkness looking for your light. And once you find the light, you get to, get out. Get out, like the movie. Like the movie. The House of Horrors, okay? Animals, talk to us. Please help us out with the tiger. This is the energy I want you to be in the House of Horrors. I want you to be a tiger. I want you to say, anybody comes my way, I'm just gonna, but hold on. I don't mean anybody. I don't mean people. What I mean is like fierce. I'm gonna handle this fiercely. I'm gonna face my shadow with fierceness. Bravery. I'm not going to deny or try to hide from what the mirror is showing me. I'm going to accept and be open because there's so much peace and surrender. So I know somebody that they had a thyroid problem, right? They had a big old thyroid on their neck. I don't know, but it was big. And they went and had it physically cut off, right? I was telling this person that they needed to speak their truth. They needed to communicate. Throat chakra, thyroid. So sometimes physical things happen. I had a literally the growth in my finger right here, and it was a ball. And I always felt it, and I had no insurance, and I was just roughing it. I just let it go for a long time. One day, after meditation, after writing, after drawing, doing a lot of art, it disappeared. I'm left-handed. I was using my left hand to do all the things. So channeling energy out of your body, I'm saying you need to go into a sweat. And don't go into guilt and shame. I know you might, but don't stay there. Octopus, you're intelligent, you're smart, you have multiple brains. This thing has, did you know they have brains on their tentacles? So they actually have like 9 brains, something like that. Feeling through everything. You're very wise. Listen, I know so smart, wise people, whatever, people that think a lot, that are in their heads, that struggle with the mental plane, tend to think they're not intelligent because of how much they think about everything. They're like, well, I'm not smart because I didn't figure this out. you're still ahead. I see you as ahead. You're making progress in a way that others around you would be like, dude, I think you're onto something. I think you can slow down. I think you can, I think you could have a seat and relax and chill. And you're like, no, I can't. I got so much going on. I got to do all this stuff. The mouse. You're like, I got all these little tasks to do. I gotta tend to all these little details. So much stuff. So many little things. And while that's true, it's almost like, well, can we channel that energy differently? Can we focus that on understanding our psyche rather than trying to understand someone else? Because when we focus all the energy on someone else, we are depleted, we are drained, and we are unable to help other people. So as you're trying to help and someone else here, I think that the key is to truly help yourself and put all that channel. Yeah, the dragon came out with the whale. Wise. Wisdom. Ancestor energy with the dragon and a deer, okay? So listen, we'll put the deer right there. I just feel there's so much power here. We got a tiger, a dragon, and the whale. With the octopus as well. You've got the high priestess. You've got the chariot. You have divine assistance. You have a divine spaceship taking you along. You could literally take a nap and the spaceship will carry you type of energy. You are on the right track. The universe said, yes, this ending was important to your healing. This ending is important to your growth. Facing this conflict, this inner conflict, is going to speed up your progress. You're going to move forward and be able to come back with that which you sought out. It is hard to face your shadow, and you can't do it all in one day. It takes potentially years, for sure. It does take years. I mean, there's no potential. It takes years, and we're constantly learning new things about ourselves and all the crap we've learned, the systematic, crappy design of Matrix to suck our soul of its essence, of our pure divine light that we are. It's a process. It just takes time. There's no savior coming in. That's something that I think is really important here, is not looking for something outside to come in and save you, but to know that there is divinity working with you. So you're co-creating, you're co-operating. As long as you're doing the things, they're also sprinkling mana on you. They're sprinkling, what's it called? I know it's mana, but if you don't know what that is, it's like what you need when you need it. So as you're going along, as you're moving forward, give yourself some grace. One thing at a time. Ashwagandha. I don't know, it's coming up. It's an herb, and I think it's an herb, but it's helpful. It's helpful for hormones, it's helpful for balance. Things that you can incorporate into your diet or maybe take out. Bad habits, maybe. Imposter. I fell on the deer. I almost lies. Imposter, deer, hunting. Why is imposter here? I felt like you were just, after I said all that, you were still thinking about this other person and what they took from you. Triggered, yeah, exactly. You were triggered in a way because there's something about this other person that triggers you into this response, this freeze response of the deer. Life isn't about being perfect. It's about being so ridiculously passionate that people think you're a little crazy. I'm going to read the dragon because I think that's important. The dragon, the last card. My hands are so cold. No, the cosmic egg is the last card. Dragon! Seeing one's most true self, balancing the ego. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside ourselves. When we look in the mirror, deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon, breathing transformation fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride, and as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their agni is dim. Agni is described as inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just mention the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. The dragon and the third chakra. The subtle energy of the dragon lives at the navel center. Okay, and that's where we started with that, the personal power chakra. Okay, it translates to the city of hidden gems, and behind its gates burns the fire of our transformation and digestion. The sages believe that health of the fire at the navel center is what governs our ability to clearly see both the inner and outer dimensions. Gut health. I was saying there was a lot of health here, so get your gut health online. Let's focus on things that could support that. And diet, I'm telling you, you're going to feel so much better. That's what it is. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. So down below, if you're interested, I wrote a book on my personal healing journey, and it's a lot of poetry and I guess my transformation from my trauma. So that's linked down below. It's on Amazon if you want to go check that out. I also have a website if you want to book a reading. It's all listed there. So leave a comment, let me know how this resonated, and I'll see you next time.